What's up guys, my name is Idan and welcome to How Much YouTube channel. Today I'm going to do an overview on how to ship things online, either if you have an eBay store, Shopify store, or you just want to ship something to a friend. You will know all the rates and how to choose the right packaging for you to save money and make the customer happy. My first tip for you guys is always buy the labels online. If you go into the store, if you go to USPS or UPS store, they give you the highest rates. So remember that, always try to buy it online. You can either use stamps.com, that costs money, or you can even use online tools. eBay has a shipping label creator and Shopify has a shipping label creator. So use those. And if you go into the USPS store, for example, you're gonna pay more, you're gonna wait in line. You can just do it online, it's much quicker. Now, I'm gonna start with USPS because it's my most used service. It is the lowest price and it's very fast. It's not the most reliable one, I agree, but it is pretty quick. So let's start with the small things that weigh less than a pound. Of course, it's very important that you have a scale to weigh it out. What I first do if I have an item less than a pound is try to use my own packaging. And I can either use envelopes that I buy for really low cost. If you have a lot of shipping, you can buy those for a few cents each. Or I can even do recycling. I recycle a lot of boxes and shipping stuff that I get from Amazon. I just take the labels out and reuse them. As long as it's used stuff, it's fine. So let's talk about first class. First class shipping takes about 7 days to arrive to the customer, might be more. You do get a tracking number. There is no insurance, so I do recommend adding insurance if an item is over $100. If it's below, usually I'm willing to take the loss. For up to 4 ounces, it costs $2.66, up to $3.09, depending on where you ship it to. 4 ounces to 16 ounces cost about $5 to $5.53 per package. So that's how much it costs to ship first class. Now, priority mail can also be used by your own packaging, and the prices can range from $8 to very high prices depending on where you ship. And this is why we have the flat rate boxes. We're gonna go over each one and what are the prices and to see how much they cost. First class international up to 8 ounces costs $13.78. And anything above that can be very high priced. It right away goes to 20, 30, 40 bucks. So remember, it's very expensive to ship international. And now let's go over the priority mail. So we do have flat rate boxes and we also have regular boxes. So you can pick up regular boxes, just a mailing box. They are free. So that's the positive things about shipping priority is you either can use their packaging, your own packaging, or the flat rate packaging. But they are providing you their packaging, which is nice. It saves you some money or time. And let's start with the smallest things. So this is a flat rate envelope. It's not the bubble one. There is a bubble flat rate envelope like this one, and there's just a regular flat rate envelope. And this is just a paper. Whatever you can store in there, the price will be $6.95 if you buy it online. So it's pretty cheap and it gets there 2 to 3 days. So it's fast and cheap, and they provide you the packaging, the envelope themselves. It's free, you just pick it up. Or you can order it on USPS. If you have a lot, you can actually order hundreds of them and they'll ship it to you for free from USPS. But if you just need a few, you can pick it up from the USPS store. So we have the paper flat rate envelope, yeah, up to 70 pounds. So I like this because if you have something very heavy, like a piece of metal or something very solid and heavy, you can always use it USPS and then ship it that much faster and cheaper than, for example, doing it by weight. Because it doesn't matter the weight, it's flat rate. No matter what you put inside, as long as it fits, as long as it's closed, it'll be fine. And this one has a self-sealing envelope, so that's awesome. Now let's go over to a padded flat rate envelope. Those ones are a little bit more expensive. They're about 60 cents more because I guess you pay for the envelope themselves. They do store a little bit more in there. So I noticed there's a little bit more space in there. So you can store more things. So if you can't fit it, if it's small enough and very heavy, and you can't fit it in the padded, you can try the envelope and just make sure you bubble wrap it, right? So this is a very simple bubble wrap thing and also for free. If you ship international with the flat rate envelope, it's actually only cost $24.55, and you can either use the flat rate envelope, the bubble one, or the paper one. So I'll use the bubble one, they're the same price. So That's for international flat rate. Always use insurance if you ship internationally, it just might not arrive. Now the small box right here is actually $7.50. It actually stores a little less than the envelope, so I don't know if I would recommend it. Maybe if something is very valuable to you and you want it in a box, the flat rate envelope can store a lot more space than what the small flat rate box can do. So I rarely use the box, to be honest with you. This is just more convenient. You don't have to build it. You have to build this box every time. This one is ready to go. There's a little sticky pad here. You just take it off and seal it right away. It's very, very easy to do. We also have the medium flat rate box, and as you can see, it's quite large and it only costs $12.80. So if you have something pretty bulky and heavy, it's pretty good to put it in here. Again, up to 70 pounds. Whatever fits in there, it's good to go. So again, it's very good packaging. And you can put the label right here. The box is free if you go to USPS and pick it up there. Or better if you order it online, sometimes they don't have it in stock. And at last we have the large flat rate. It's quite larger, maybe fits shoes or something bigger than that. And it costs $17.60. Now it's anywhere in the US. Before I move over to FedEx and UPS, I want to mention that make sure to use ShipWorks insurance. I so far only use them, and I had 3 claims, and out of those 3 claims, I got paid 3 times. And those for losing items, damaged items, they got lost, stuff like that. And I tried to use other insurances and they didn't work. They just declined me. So use ShipWorks. That's my experience. That's really, really good with them. They respond right away to claims as long as you follow through. Use insurance, guys. I'm telling you, you'll be very glad you did, especially if you sell things for more than $100. That's a lot of money to lose on some lost packaging. Now, let's go over UPS and FedEx. Normally, I use FedEx Home Service. So this package is FedEx Express. So you can only use this if you're using express shipping. You cannot use it for home service or anything like that for ground. It's only for express. Same thing with the UPS. You can only use their packaging for express shipping. If using any other service, for example, the UPS Ground, UPS Standard, or the UPS 3-Day Select, you have to use your own packaging. If you use UPS Next Day Air, the UPS Worldwide Express, Second Day Air, or Worldwide Expedited, then you can use those packaging. But other than that, you cannot use it. I think overall, UPS is the cheapest if you're shipping a lot of heavy stuff, especially if you open an account with them. If you don't open an account, it might not be the best price. Same thing with FedEx. You can open an account with them and get a better price. And online, you can get pretty decent prices. So far, the insurances, I tried them both, and they're not really insurance. It's kind of like if anything happens while they ship it, maybe they'll cover it kind of thing. So I had a bad experience with it, so I'll not recommend their insurance. It's not quite an insurance, it's kind of like a declared value kind of thing, so pay attention when you do that. Overall, they are more reliable than USPS, especially if you use the expedited services. Priority Mail been pretty good for me, and they do deliver most of the time, but they lose packages, they're late. A lot of issues with USPS, really. But I never had any shipping issues with UPS or FedEx. They arrive on time, they're fast, and they have great customer service. They're just not the cheapest. If you're using the expedited or express services from UPS or FedEx, it will be much more expensive than USPS. Just be ready for that. It just, you can either charge the customer for it or not. A lot of my items are free shipping just because it's convenience for the customer to just know what the price is. And if they want to upgrade their shipping, they can. That's how I do it. If you have an eBay account, or if you list products that are not free shipping, you add on the shipping, make sure to give them some decent options like a cheap version, like first class if it's light, or just priority flat rate. And give them a more higher prices like next day air 2 days for like 40-50 bucks. Make sure to check before what the price is, and give them some options so they can choose if they want to wait for it or they want to pay it to get it fast. I want to show you guys a little bit on how I ship things every day, to share with you to kind of see how it is. It's not a big deal at all. So the first thing we do is grab the item and then check what kind of packaging material will fit. I can definitely use this envelope and put it in, but I want to protect it a bit, or sometimes I can actually ship it inside a bag. So now there are different type of sizes of bags. I'll show you the text here, what size is this one. And I also have this one, it's a little smaller. So those ones are actually excellent for USPS, things like clothes, soft things, or things that can be bubble wrapped, and they are bulky but very light. This thing, for example, weighs nothing, and I will put it in there, probably the bigger one, see? That's how I figure out which one to fit it in. And I'll just probably put it in there and then ship it. It's well protected. Maybe you want to put it in a plastic bag before, just in case this bag is not sealed. Then you remove the little plastic that covers the sticky strip, and then you just fold it in, just like that. And then I will use a tape gun to make sure it's sealed. I like to put extra tape on those sealable bags, even the flat rate ones like this one, or the small envelopes. I like to put extra tape on where it connects because it might just pull off sometimes. So now we have the shipping ready, and then now we're using a scale. Now this scale can be up to 75 pounds, to kind of see what the weight is, so I know which kind of shipping I'm going to use it for. I already know it's light, so I know it's first class. I'm not going to put it in a priority unless the customer paid for it. But I'm going to go ahead and turn it on and wait for the scale to restart. So the scale says 4.4 ounces. That's what I'm going to put on my label creator. It's going to be first class. It's probably going to cost between $2 to $3 for the first class with the tracking. Once I know the weight and I printed the label, there will be a label printed here. And I will just use a cutter. That's what I usually use, a cutter right here. You can also use a label maker. You can buy one of those label makers, but I don't know, this is just cheaper. And I will cut to shape the piece of paper, the label, so it's only the label, just to make it a little more nicer for the customer. I will put it in right here and stick it again with my tape gun. This is how I ship things. It's very quick. Now, if they need some padding, if the product needs some padding, I always have packaging material because I collect them from things I received every day from Amazon or eBay, whatever I buy from. They always bring those bubble wrap, and those are very convenient because they can be cut to shape, especially this one, kind of like the pillows. I think they're called packaging pillows, and you can cut them to shape to whatever you need, and they just take a little bit of space to store it. But if you have those, you save money on going and buying packaging, and also helping the environment to recycle. So I always recycle, just making sure it looks pleasant to the customer, and you'll be good to go. That's it, guys. I hope I helped you guys a little bit on how to ship things yourself. It's really easy once you start doing it, and you will only do it online, and you're only gonna go and drop it off to those places, to USPS, UPS, and FedEx, or even DHL if you wanna ship something very expensive international. And you're just gonna drop it off. And you can even call USPS or UPS for free pickup sometimes if you have a lot of orders. Or if you're a company and you have everyday orders, you can set up daily pickups. So USPS and UPS and FedEx will come to your company and pick up all your orders every day, so you don't even have to drive there and drop it off. This is for businesses only. Leave a like if you learned something new. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell for How Much YouTube channel, where you can learn all those things yourself. My next video might be my eBay business, on how I do it. And what I do is basically go around my house with a big box and just grab things I don't use, try to be a minimalist, and then list them on eBay or donate them or give them away, whatever one of those options fit, if those items don't work for me. So that's gonna be my next video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.